Hey guys, Josh here. Thanks for tuning in. Alright guys, so we're back out in the woods. Thank goodness. It's been a couple weeks and I was jonesing to get back out in the woods, and we are here. This is going to be a solo camp out. I took Max with me a few weeks ago. I took Leland, my stepson, with me last time I went out. And I started to bring Max on this trip, but then I decided, nah, I just want this trip to be me and me alone. So this trip is all about me, just solo out in the woods. I've got the tarp set up. I don't have the rest of my gear in just yet, but we'll get there. We'll get that here shortly. I've got the tarp in a low plow point configuration. I've got a ridge line going from tree to tree. I've got a prusik up above me that I've got the tip of the plow point pulled tight. I've got the back end of the tarp pulled tight using another prusik. So we have tons of room inside this tarp tonight. All for me. I mean, this is a palace inside here. So plenty of room. We're going to have a fire right out here in front of the tarp tonight to keep me nice and toasty and warm. So it's going to be a good night. It's a beautiful day right now. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful blue skies. It's about 50 degrees. So I got a little warm working. Had to lose the jacket. Now that I'm just sitting here, you know, not doing anything really, I got kind of cool again. So jacket's back on. But it's going to dip down into the low 20s tonight. So it's going to be kind of chilly tonight. So we'll have a nice toasty fire right here. We'll have all of our warm gear inside the shelter, so we'll have a good night. And this is not the most level area I've ever camped in for sure. So I thought it was more level when I first set up, but the more I messed around here, I realized it's not super level. I mean, it's not super steep or sloped either, but you know, we'll make it work. But yeah, it is definitely not perfectly level, but yeah, it's fine. So we're going to have some good food tonight. I brought some sausages, some chili. So we'll have like a, I don't know, sausage chili combination. I didn't bring any hot dog buns for the sausages. They're kind of like brats, I guess. But beef sausages. So we will have some chili, cheese, the sausages. We're going to have a good dinner. I've got a couple cold beers, or at least I hope they're cold by tonight. They're not super cold right now, but hopefully as the temp dips down as the day goes on, those beers will get colder. So yeah, we have a good night in store for us, guys. I'm looking forward to it, really looking forward to it. So yeah, this is what I needed. So yeah, we got to get some firewood cut up here pretty soon, get our fire prepped and the fire area prepped. But I got out here early today, so I'm not really pushed for time, so I'm just going to relax right now, and we'll deal with the firewood shortly. Alright guys, so I've got my sleep gear under the tarp, got my ground sheet down, sleeping pad, my down quilt, pillow, all that is inside, so we're ready to go for tonight. Right before I go to bed, I'll add a little bit more air into the sleep pad because it might lose a little bit of air between now and then. I'm not sure as the temperature goes down a little bit. So we'll do that. But yeah, we've got that all taken care of for now. So everything is looking good so far. And I'm trying something a little bit different for this trip. Usually I bring with me my Bushcraft Spain. It's the same material. It's a oilskin, the same as the tarp, made by the same company, but I bring my Bushcraft Spain ground cloth. It has a wool layer sewn into the top of it. It's super comfortable. I love it, but it is heavy. And the oilskin tarp is already heavy in itself. I've got my hatchet, I've got saws or a saw, you know, all my gear, my cook equipment, food, all that. So all that tends to add up and gets pretty heavy. So in order to try to at least cut down a little bit of weight, I went with a different ground cloth or ground sheet this time out. This is from the Pathfinder store. It's just a survival blanket. It's basically a tarp with a reflective side to it and then one regular side. So I've got the reflective side up. I've got all my sleep gear on it. So just to cut down a little bit of weight. And I always like to have a ground cloth or a ground sheet with me just to lay on the ground. I can sit down by the fire. I can then put it under the tarp, put all my sleep gear and everything I want to keep organized on top of that. So yeah, keep everything safe, sound, and organized. So yeah, I'm gonna try this just to see how it goes. Again, I love my oilskin ground cloth, but man, that thing's heavy. So yeah, let's try to cut down a little bit of weight, try something else, and just see how it works. So I'm all about experimentation, trying new things. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and I also just got my first tick of the year off of me. Right down here on my waistline. I felt something kind of itchy, and so I pulled my shirt up. Sure enough, had a tick on me. So yeah, ticks are thick out here in the Tennessee woods. And yeah, I'm a tick magnet. I get ticks on me like crazy. So yeah, I try to spray my gear, spray my clothes, and it does help somewhat. But I'm still... ticks love me. They love my blood. I pick them off left and right. So yeah, got my first tick. And also, this has nothing to do with ticks, but, and it's filthy, I brought my flask with me. This is a brand new flask, so especially for the woods. My other one leaked a little bit, so I got a new one. But anyway, we have some Jim Beam vanilla. So, look at that. Yeah, in honor of our first tick of the year. Don't ask me what that has to do with anything, because I don't know. It's just a good reason to take a shot and break in camp. Oh yeah. Good stuff. Alright, so I'm just chilling out under the tarp. I just wanted to get under here and feel things out and check it out. I've got my gear organized, all my small stuff. I just bought this little thing, and you can see that. It's a wax canvas sheet, or a piece of wax canvas, and you button the corners and it just folds it up into like a nice little organizer. And I bought that from PNW Bushcraft on Etsy, who I've been wearing out here lately. I've bought tons of stuff from this guy off Etsy, so check him out. I mean, I have nothing to do with him, so I feel like I've got to say that every time I bring up gear, because somebody's going to think I'm sponsored, or you know, I'm getting some sort of kickback or free gear or something, and I'm not. I mean, I buy all of my gear, mostly anyway, with my own money. And I'll tell you if I have a product that somebody sent me, which I do, that I'll show probably in the morning maybe tonight, but in the morning. Something a company sent to me, wanted just to send it to me and let me try it out, and you know, so. But if I have something like that, I'll mention it. Otherwise, I bought it with my own money. And but yeah, PNW Bushcraft on Etsy. It's just like an organizer. I put my cell phone in here, my gloves, my flask, my camera batteries and charger and all that good stuff, and it just keeps everything nice and organized and neat in one place without all this stuff scattered the way it typically is with me. All this stuff just scattered all over the place. So yeah, I just thought it was really cool, and so I had to pick one up. So yeah, check those guys out. They make awesome bushcraft gear and wax canvas products and all that good stuff. So whatever floats your boat. Yeah, and I can already tell this slope that I'm on underneath there. So my organizer kind of wants to slide a little bit. Of course, this ground sheet is pretty slick too. And so yeah, everything kind of slides. So yeah, my sleeping pad is, you know, I might be doing the slip and slide here later when I'm trying to go to sleep. It might just end up easing down and down and down. So anyway, not a big deal. There's just not a lot of flat ground out here. I mean, in the woods that I camp in here in Tennessee, in this particular area that I usually go to, there's just not a lot of flat ground. I mean, there's some awesome places, some beautiful places. They're just not flat. Now, I do have a couple particular locations that I do go to that are flat, but I don't want to go to those places all the time. I want to mix it up and, you know, go to different locations. So this is a great forest and a great area for hammock camping. And I started to go hammock camping, but I don't know, there's just something about my oilskin tarp. I love it. I love using it. So I don't know, it's just one of those weird things. So I decided not to bust out the hammock. Let's bring the tarp, and you know, we can find flat enough areas, just not super flat areas. So, but it'll be fine. We'll have a good night's sleep, hopefully, a warm night's sleep, and it'll all be good. It'll be good. Alright guys, I'm just taking a quick breather. Oh, been sawing up that firewood. Oh yeah. Walk, saw, haul, repeat over and over again. I didn't film all of it, just the first part of when I first started sawing firewood. After that I put the camera down, marched out, started looking for firewood. So we don't have nearly enough. I've got a decent stack right now, but it's got to be batoned, or at least some of it anyway, and prepped. But that is definitely not going to be enough. So we're going to have to go out and try to find some more. Well, I just had something happen that I've never had happen before. Look at that. My hatchet completely snapped off. That sucks. Oh well, I've actually had my eye on a new hatchet anyway. This is a Prandy German style hatchet, and it was fairly cheap. I mean, it's been a decent hatchet up until, you know, now. But, yeah. Well, that sort of blows, but I guess we'll have to break out the knife and baton the rest of this. I got some really large pieces because I had my hatchet, and I knew I could cut through that wood and break it down. Well, it's not going to be quite as easy now. But anyway, that gives me an excuse to buy a new hatchet, a better hatchet, a higher quality hatchet. So anyway, let's finish up. Well, I've got a baton now, so there's that. Alright, so firewood is prepped, mostly. I did a few shavings. I tried to do, or use my axe to do that because that was my plan to begin with. But I got a little bit, but it's hard to do with just the axe head and no handle to give you some leverage with. So, yeah, that did not work out as well as I had planned or wanted to. So I just got the knife, did a few shavings. I really don't even know how I'm going to start a fire tonight. I don't even know if I need shavings, but I just decided to hack away and get some anyway, just in case. So, yeah. Really, I don't know how I'm going to start the fire. I always like to try different ways, or fool with different ways, or, you know, stay brushed up on things I know how to do but haven't done in a while. So yeah, I don't know what we'll do tonight. Heck, we may whip out a lighter and light some shavings and go easy on it. So who knows. But yeah, it is now 3:30, so we still got quite a ways until I'm really thinking about a fire, until I'm thinking about dinner. I mean, right now it is super comfortable out here. I've got my t-shirt back on, and yeah, a fire is not needed. I got my second and third tick off of me. Neither one was embedded, but yeah, they were both just crawling up my pants. One was on my belly, not too far from where the first one was at, and he was stuck, but the second two were not. So I dispatched those guys and moved on. But yeah, I am getting a little hungry though, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we've got a couple hours till I really want to think about dinner, but I am getting hungry. Sausages. I was going to bring buns and the sausages and have like a you know, chili cheese dog type thing. I've got jalapeno cheddar sausages, the Johnsonville sausages. I've got chili. Well, my pack was so cram full that my buns were going to get just obliterated inside the pack, I'm sure. So, and I tried to put them in like a Tupperware container, and the pack was just jammed so full I couldn't even get the container in there. I mean, I'm sure I could have made it work if I really, really wanted to try, but I just said, forget it. No buns. So we're going to cook the chili up in a bowl, in a pot. We'll cut up the sausages, put it in the chili, sprinkle some cheese on it, and just eat it that way. So, sounds delicious to me. And we'll have a couple beers while we're doing it, and we will enjoy our time out in the woods. Oh yeah. And thanks to all you guys who have subscribed since I talked to you last, since I was on my last camp out, so I truly appreciate it. Yeah, I love seeing the channel starting to grow a little bit and take shape, I guess. The channel's been around for a long time. I mean, it really has. The channel's been around for about 4 years, which, you know, is a pretty decent amount of time. I mean, for those of you who don't know, it started out as Josh Outdoors. And it was more of just a hiking, backpacking channel. And a whatever channel. The channel never really had a true identity. And after a while, I just started playing around with new names, and I landed on Red Cloud Outdoors because that's a name that has significance to me. So I changed the name to Red Cloud Outdoors, and it was still kind of just a whatever channel. Some backpacking, some hiking, some fishing, kayaking, whatever. But I just never was really happy with the channel. And the biggest problem was I wasn't dedicated to the channel. I just went out when I could get out, film this, film that, whatever. I didn't put a lot of time. I did. I put time and effort into it when I did it. But I just didn't go out enough. I didn't pump out enough content for the channel to be relevant. And I'm not saying the channel is relevant now, because we're still a really small channel. But since I found an identity for the channel, it has grown a lot. I mean, it's grown over the last few months more than it did in the past year and a half, or 3.5 years, I should say. So, and that's because I think I found an identity for the channel. I'm doing what I'm really passionate about now. I mean, I'm passionate about backpacking and kayaking, all that stuff, but this is what I love. I love that bushcrafty type camping and outdoor life. And I'm not going to say I'm a bushcrafter. I never put bushcraft in anything that I do. Even though that it may border that line of bushcrafty stuff, I'm no bushcraft master. You know, I'm no outdoors master. I just have a particular style of camping that I like to do. And, you know, if that falls in the bushcraft category, so be it. If not, that's fine too. So, but I finally found an identity for the channel and started pumping out more content, more consistent content, And that point in time is where I started to see some changes and things grow, and the channel started going in the direction that I wanted it to go. I wanted the success and the results earlier without the commitment involved. So now that I've fully dedicated myself to the channel, I mean, and still, I mean, there has to be that fine line between, you know, the channel and family life. You know, as I've always said, family comes first, but, you know, I want to get out in the woods too when I can and be consistent with it and see the channel grow. And not for any financial reasons or anything like that. I just want to see the channel grow. I just want to share what I love and see people enjoy it, which I hope you guys are doing that. So yeah, we found an identity. We're more committed to the channel, trying harder to pump out better content, higher quality content. And yeah, I've seen the fruits of that labor, and I thank you guys for it. Thank you to all you who have subscribed lately and you know, taking the time to watch the videos. I truly appreciate it. I try to always comment or reply to the comments on the channel and just, you know, show you guys that I'm listening, and I appreciate your comments, and I appreciate you watching and all that stuff. So, and I do. I sincerely mean that. Thank you guys. I truly appreciate it. And with that, that's not to say we're not going to do some of those things that we did in the past. I mean, this summer I'm going to go kayaking and hopefully do some kayak campouts and things like that, because in the summer it's just, you know, it's blazing hot here. It's, you know, if I was out here doing this and say it was July or August, I would be miserable out here. Even though I'll come out and do some camping in the summer, it's not as fun as it is when the weather's like it is right now. So I'll do some more kayaking and stuff in the summer, and things might slow down a little bit in the summer, and you know, we'll still do some fishing and hopefully some backpacking and things like that. I found that identity, I guess, and I want to stick to that identity and do what I really truly enjoy doing, and that's this style camping right here. So yeah, that's going to be the majority of the things that we do on the Red Cloud Outdoors channel, but we'll change it up occasionally, do something different. And I mentioned backpacking earlier, and that was one of the main themes of the channel, you know, in its earlier days, is, you know, more lightweight backpacking and things like that, which I enjoyed and I still enjoy, but this is my thing. This is what I enjoy doing most of all. But as far as backpacking goes, my backpacking partner, which is my daughter, she loves going backpacking with me. And my daughter, Taylor, she's been on the channel before. It's been a while, but she's been on the channel before. We went on some backpacking trips. And Taylor is pregnant right now, which means I'm going to be a granddad in a few months. So, which is kind of surreal, thinking that I'm going to be a granddad. I don't feel old enough to be a granddad. But little Charlotte Reese will come into the world here in a few months, and I'm super excited about it. I'm super proud of her and her husband, and you know, yeah, they've done well for themselves, and she's a lot smarter at her age than I was at her age, or than I was at the same age. So I was a complete idiot at her age, and you know, she's done things the right way and the smart way, and I'm super proud of her. But yeah, I am going to be a granddad in a few months. So that's cool, guys. That's cool. Okay, so I've been blabbing on enough. So yeah, I'm going to turn the camera off for a few minutes, and I'm just going to relax out in the woods and just enjoy a few minutes out here with no cameras going and nothing, no work taking place, just enjoying it out here for a little bit. So I'll be back soon. Alright guys, I had a good break, but all good things must come to an end. I went around on my break, collected some more firewood, and I got a bunch of this cedar bark And this is going to be fire starter. Woo. Let's just break that up. Those fibers exposed. Woo. Stuff's going everywhere. Just get a little bird's nest going with this stuff. Just get it broke up real good. Alright, so let's get that fire going. I'm tired of waiting on it. I've got my fire kit here. One of my mini fire kits. Flint or steel, fire steel, flint, and I've got some char cloth in here. I've got some cedar shavings, just a bird's nest of cedar shavings, and that is how we're going to start our fire. Char cloth and the flint. There we go. It's on there. And fire. And we have fire. That was kind of hard to film. Trying to get the bird's nest in there and the twigs on top and trying to film and position the camera. So yeah, and of course the smoke is coming right to my nostrils. But yeah, we're cooking now, so to speak. Things are not going according to plan on this trip. I got my chili out and I realized I've already put the can in the trash bag, and I realized I did not get the kind with the pop top. I got the can that you have to have a can opener for. I don't have a can opener. I have my little multi-tool, but it does not have a can opener. So I thought I was going to be chili-less for dinner, but I remembered I had a broken hatchet over here. So I took the head of the hatchet, the broken handle of the hatchet, and I just pounded all the way around as much as I could the top of the can, just cutting into it enough to peel it back a little bit and then scoop the chili out. There's still some left in the can. I couldn't get my spoon in there. I couldn't maneuver it enough to get out every last drop. But so yeah, there's a use for a broken hatchet. It got our chili out. That is one thing I need to add to my kit. I have a Leatherman. I never bring it with me. I know it's got a can opener on it. That is something I need to add to my kit or start bringing with me just for times like this when I totally goof and I buy the wrong can. So anyway, fire's burning down. We're going to eat soon. And before we do that, let's pop open a Voodoo Ranger. And I also got this nifty little koozie from Colorado Bushcraft to keep my beer cold. So, yeah. Thank you guys from Colorado Bushcraft. They make great products. Check them out. And again, I'm not sponsored by them. I have no affiliation with them. I just like their stuff. So this can keep my lukewarm beer lukewarm because it's not cold at all. But anyway, I got it. I'm going to use it. Yeah, it's not cold at all, but it's tasty. Yeah, I know I'm cutting this on my plate. Yeah, I've got a cutting board. I just don't want to go get it. So, yeah. Cutting my hot dogs up, or my sausages up. A little stir. It's messy. My God. All right. All right. We are situated. Time to eat. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. I feel like I've got it all over my face. Now that would be good with some homemade chili. I mean, it's good, but it's, you know, canned chili. And my beer. Oh, that's good. Warm beer. All right, back at it. Dinner was delicious. Not the best dinner I've ever made out in the woods, but it was good. It does not come close to the burgers I had when me and Leland went a couple weeks ago. No, not even close. That was the best meal I've ever made. Maybe the best I've ever had. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it, but it could possibly be the best meal I've ever had. Yeah. No, it was awesome though. It was good. That was not close, but it was good. It filled my belly, so I'm good. Got the fire going, built back up a little bit. So yeah, did a few camp chores, just cleaning up after dinner, and you know, picking up little odds and ends just so nothing gets lost and all that stuff. Oh man. Yeah, this day, I don't know, just has not went according to plan. I mean, it's been good. I've had fun, but just a few little things here and there has yeah, has been a pain in the butt. The hatchet breaking, the the can opener debacle. So yeah, and a few little things off camera. But yeah, I'm having fun though. I'm glad to be out in the woods. Glad to be doing this. So yeah. And one thing I never mention is how awesome my wife is. I mean, I mention Tracy every once in a while, but I really have to give her some love in this video. My wife is amazing. And to put up with me and to not get aggravated with me going camping all the time. I mean, she encourages me to go. So, yeah. I mean, again, I always put family first. If we have a family event or something like that, a birthday or, you know, something like that, of course, I'm not going camping. But, you know, during my free weekends that I have, you know, she encourages me to go. You know, I tell her I'd like to go, mention that I'd like to go camping. She's very supportive. You know, it's not an issue. I know there's a lot of wives out there that, you know, they wouldn't be cool with their husbands going camping every couple of weeks, or, you know, as much as I go, they would not be cool with it. And that could really cause some issues, you know, in the household. So my wife is amazing. So she has no issues with me going camping, and supports the channel, supports me, encourages me to get out and do it. So yeah, Tracy, I love you. Thank you. You're amazing. Just sitting here enjoying my beer, catching up on some YouTube videos. That's kind of what I do when I go camping. I download videos, and if I have service, I'll catch up on some YouTube videos, which I do have service right here, so pretty good. Catch up on some YouTube videos I've not seen. I'm way behind on people I try to stay up on, and you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, it is actually starting to get a little cool out here now. So, I mean, it's not cold, but it is definitely a lot cooler than last time I talked to you. So, yeah. Oh, that's good. But yeah, I'm just laying here enjoying the fire, watching my videos. So yeah, actually I've got to get out and stoke this fire a little bit and get it going. I've got a bunch of wood over here that I just have in reserve if I need it. So I just walked around, gathered as much dead stuff as I could find, just big chunks and trees and limbs, and hauled it back to camp. And so it's sitting over here, and if I need to, I'll grab the saw it up, throw it on the fire. So I've got my stack right here, but I've got that as a backup just in case. So gonna enjoy the fire, guys. Gonna enjoy the fire. So anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I'm gonna watch my videos, relax, hang out. So I don't think I'm gonna do any more filming tonight unless something, you know, exciting happens. I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. It is just, it's almost 9 o'clock. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'll turn in, and I'll see you guys in the morning. So good night, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Good morning, guys. Woo! Alright, got the fire going. It is time for some coffee and some breakfast. Whew, it did get pretty chilly last night, but it did not get nearly as cold as what I had heard it was going to be. So it was probably 30, maybe 28, somewhere around there. But definitely not, you know, no 20, 21, 22 or anything like that. So that was actually good. And I did not sleep very good at all last night. I went to sleep fairly early, and then I woke up at 2:30. Could not go back to sleep. When I woke up at 2:30ish, you know, I was on that slope, and my sleeping pad had slid all the way down into the side of the tarp, and that was kind of holding me in place. So I woke up and moved it up. I didn't have anything really to put under me or below me that would hold me in place. I was going to use my pack, but it didn't work. So yeah, I just slid and slid and slid. And I actually, when I got up at 2:30, I stayed up till 5 o'clock, maybe 5:30. I just watched videos just over and over and over, watching videos. And yeah, fell asleep somewhere around 5:30 and woke up at a little bit after 8. So I slept in a little bit, but that's all right. So anyway, it is coffee time. Let's get that coffee going. And breakfast is, there's my coffee. Breakfast is going to be something different. I've got this stuff from Stowaway Gourmet that I've had for a while. Spiced creamy oatmeal with pear. So, what the heck? Let's try it. Over the usual oatmeal. So, alright, let's get our water on. Get some food prepped. Alright guys, food is almost done. Coffee is almost done. So, yeah. We're looking good. Alright, and I mentioned last night, see this cup? Bitty Big Q, the same company I got my grill from. They sent me this cup to try out. They got with me on Instagram and you know, told me they appreciated me buying their grill and showing it in the video, and you know, saying good things about it, I guess, which, you know, that was legit. I love the grill. So yeah, so they offered to send me this cup and some folding utensils that came with the cup. I didn't bring those. I'll use those on another trip. It's just hard for me to get away from my handy dandy heavy cover titanium spork. But yeah, I'll bring those on another trip, but I did make it a point to bring their cup. So thank you to you guys at Bitty Big Q for the gift. I appreciate it. And it's a solid cup, so I like it. So yeah, nothing wrong with it. Alright, so let's dig in and try this spiced creamy oatmeal with pear. It's been a while since I've eaten out of a bag like this. It's not bad. I don't know. It's kind of bland, really, to be honest with you. So, yeah, all the pears are down in the bottom, so the pears give it a better flavor. It's not quite so bland. Let me dig those pears out of there. Yeah, that's not bad. When you get the pears, it's a lot better. But yeah, I just brought this because I've had it for a while and I didn't want it just sitting around any longer, so I brought it with me. But you know, I wouldn't pay for this. I mean, Stowaway Gourmet makes some great stuff, but it's expensive, and there's no way I would pay the price for this. And when I can just buy or bring my usual oatmeal that costs, you know, nothing. They basically give that stuff away. Alright guys, so I've just been cleaning up camp and getting everything put away. I've got all my sleep gear in. Actually, I've got most everything in. I've got a serious crick in my neck this morning. So if you see me like, that's why. Yeah, the pack is pretty well full except for just a few little odds and ends. And of course I've got to get the tarp. But it goes on the outside anyway, so not a big deal. But yeah, I'm just letting the fire burn down, and then I'll put it out and scatter it around. But yeah, it's been a good morning. I'm leaving here, going to my mom's, so she doesn't live too far from here. And going by my mom's, going to eat some breakfast, some gravy and biscuits and scrambled eggs and all that good stuff. So yeah, I didn't even eat all of my oatmeal. I ate about half of it and I was done with it. So anyway, so let's recap the trip real quick before we get out of here. So it was a great time. I had a good time just being solo. You know, next time I want to bring Max, I want to bring Leland. Maybe bring Max and Leland. No, I couldn't do that. That would be a filming nightmare. If I do that trip, there would be no filming involved. There is absolutely no way I could film with Max and Leland. Just no way. But yeah, next time I want to bring one of them out here with me. So just depends on what's going on. I really would like to do a hammock camp next time I come out. So that might be next weekend. It might be the weekend after. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm just itching for a good hammock camp out and some good food. Maybe some more of those burgers. But yeah, overall, I had a great trip, good time. I discovered a couple of things on this trip. I've been fighting with the notion of buying a new sleeping pad. The Thermarest NeoAir Xtherm, it's great. It's warm. It is just not big enough. I have the mummy style. It is just not big enough for me. I mean, and I'm not a big guy, but I move around a lot. I'm really going to look into the Max, the Thermarest NeoAir Max, or whatever it's called, the wide version. I need something big and wide that I can roll around on. So, yeah, I'm really toying around with that idea. I went back and forth on it, but yeah, every time I come out and I spend a night in the woods, I don't sleep well, I come back saying I'm going to get a new sleep pad. And then when I start to get that sleep pad, I talk myself out of it, saying, no, the one I have is fine. You know, it works, it'll do the job. And then I spend the night out in the woods, and I'm back and forth, just flip-flop. So yeah, I definitely need a new pad. Another thing is that ground sheet that I brought, that survival blanket with the reflective side and, you know, the regular side that I recently purchased. It's fine. I mean, it does the job. It is definitely lighter weight than what I'm used to, but I don't like it. I mean, it's a good piece of kit to have to put, you know, in your emergency gear or something like that, or just to take out on a day trip or something, but I so much more prefer my oilskin ground cloth. It's way comfortable. It's heavier, yes, but man, I like it so much better. What else? I can't think of anything else gear related, but yeah, it was a great trip. I didn't sleep worth a flip, but I'm gonna go home and have my post-camp nap here in just a little bit after I go to Mom's, after I get packed up. And I've still got a ways to go. I mean, I've still got to get the tarp down. I've still got to load up the rest of the stuff I've got, put the fire out, hike back to the car. So it's going to be a while before I'm sitting down eating that delicious food. But yeah, it was a good trip. I had a good time. The food last night was pretty good. It wasn't the greatest meal I've ever had, but it was pretty good. Definitely wasn't those burgers I had a couple weeks ago. Man, I'm itching for another one of those burgers. That was delicious. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So it's been a good trip. I'm ready to go home. I'm sore, and I'm an old dude, so I wake up sore, tired, ready to go. So yeah, we're going to finish packing up, guys. We're going to get out of here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. So yeah, you guys take care. I'll see you next time. Don't know when, where, what, but we'll definitely be back out. Hope you tune in. Take care, guys.